If you like a beautiful castle and gardens, this video is for you. Bonjour, my name is Blandine and I am a big fan of visiting Paris and around Paris. And for 80% of my life, I've lived in or around Paris. So, yesterday, the weather was perfect for a castle visit. Nice sun and nice fresh air. And this visit happened to be on a special event day called les Journées des Plantes, so the plants days. And I loved it. I bought 3 stuff. So if most castles are concentrated in les châteaux de la Loire, the Loire castles, you will also find castles all over the country, and le château de Chantilly is 1 hour north of Paris, a little norther than the Charles de Gaulle airport. So it was one of those great days when you can meet interesting people and discover a beautiful place and see beautiful plants, see beautiful artworks, beautiful furniture, all that in a beautiful setting with a beautiful weather. So I enjoyed it a lot and I'm going to share it with you today. So what can you discover at le Château de Chantilly? So let me give you a little bit of historical background. A part of this castle was built as far from the 16th century by Anne de Montmorency, and as odd as it may seem, Anne de Montmorency is a man who worked for the king François Ier. And he was named Anne by the name of his godmother. Then the Condé dynasty went on to expand the domain and the castle. Then, during the revolution, the castle was destroyed, part of it, and le Duc d'Aumale decided in the 19th century to rebuild it and to make it as beautiful as ever. And as he had no heir, he decided to turn it in a museum and donated it to the Institut de France, the French Institute. So here, when visiting le Château de Chantilly, the Chantilly Castle, we're visiting it as the Duc d'Aumale left it in the 19th century. In the little chapel, at the beginning of the visit, a film will give you all the historical background of the Château de Chantilly. Of course, the park is huge, and you will also find a little hameau, like for Versailles, as Marie Antoinette was inspired by this little hameau here at le Château de Chantilly. So while Louis XIV was very fond of Versailles, le Grand Condé, his cousin, was very fond of Chantilly. Also, Chantilly is very well known about everything about horses, as they will have very often horse riding there. And on the castle district, you will find the greatest stables that you can visit with real beautiful horses and this little funny pony. And there is also there a museum dedicated to horse.
Je sais pas, j'y connais rien moi dans les services. Mais c'est peut-être pas l'époque.
Merci, au revoir monsieur.
Ouais.
Alors violet, moi je sais pas.
Chacun son boulot. Hein.
1 euro. 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 1 euro.
So I bought a little yuzu tree, so I will have yuzu to use in the kitchen. And I bought an orange rose tree. And I bought a bag of natural fertilizer.
De toute façon, on a un support porte-greffe qui supporte la terre calcaire. D'accord. Ouais. Ah, ça c'est ouais. Je sais pas comment il s'appelle.
And you can learn about everything about horses there, which for my case, as I knew nothing about horses, is a great place to go. Now, a little bit of history concerning the Great Stables. It's an architectural masterpiece of the 18th century, and they really were a palace for horses. Initially dedicated to hunting, they were turned into barracks during the Revolution. In 1815, they were revived as stables. And the Orléans family, who inherited the domain in 1830, further developed the importance of the horse in Chantilly, creating a race track in 1834. So you would find there either equestrian shows or equestrian demonstrations, and the riders will demonstrate their dressage work and their preparation for the shows. Today, le Château de Chantilly stands right behind the Louvre for the collection of antique paintings. You will discover there a very beautiful library. Le Duc de Mal was a huge collector. The interior of the chateau is made up of the large suites that served as the Condé's prince's reception and living areas in the 17th and 18th century, the art galleries, the prints and drawings galleries, and the library and the private suites of the Duke and Duchess of Aumale. The Duke of Aumale, son of King Louis-Philippe, spent 23 years in exile in England after the fall of his father's regime. It was enough time for him to acquire his magnificent collections of paintings, furniture, books, manuscripts, and art objects. On returning to France, he created a space dedicated to his treasures at the heart of his chateau, the Condé Museum. Also, on a private guided tour, you would be able to visit the private apartment of Le Duc and la Duchesse d'Aumale. And this is a small visit with an adding ticket that really worth it, because you will enter the intimacy of the family, even if it was a sad ending family, and you would discover how modern and beautiful the furniture was. So you would find the Duchess bedroom, the Duke bedroom, the bathroom with the tub and 2 faucets, then a cabinet dedicated to the history of the family, and also the working office of Le Duc d'Aumale. The Duc d'Aumale really dedicated his work to making this castle beautiful in order to pay tribute to the previous owners and in order to make it available for the following generations. En bois.
Exactement.
Ok.
Et là, on est dans la petite salle. Vous avez pu voir la grande
Oui.
En haut, et donc là, c'est la petite.
Je filme.
Allez-y.
Ok.
Je passe devant.
Oui. Merci. Ce petit côté, on traverse les couloirs, c'est fascinant. C'est à droite?
C'est à gauche, c'est à gauche.
C'est beau, c'est plutôt en bois là. Parfait.
Magnifique.
Merci. Oh, wow.
Ouais.
Ouais, et il était comme ça à l'origine, il avait une fonction ce couloir ou...
Alors, pas vraiment. En tout cas, pas que sur le courant.
Mais il était comme ça, il était déjà...
Oui.
Hein?
Avec ces vitraux. En fait, tout ce qu'on voit de tout le château, c'est vraiment l'héritage
1900.
d'Henri d'Orléans, puisque c'est lui qui a construit ce château musée. Et de toute façon, quand il s'est approché vers sa fin de vie, il a rédigé un testament dans lequel il lègue Chantilly à l'Institut de France, qui est notre gestionnaire.
Oui.
Et dans ce testament,
Et ça, c'était
quoi? C'est une sorte de carriole.
Comme quoi, on n'a rien inventé. Hein.
Exactement.
Et voilà, I hope you enjoyed this visit and this video. If it was interesting to you, I would be thrilled if you would leave a blue thumb up and why not subscribe. Until next time, thank you for your time.